Hello and welcome. My name is LorRayN, and this is Starseeds Living Your Best Life. So today is October 20th, 2021, and I'm sure that you have been feeling all of the energies that have been rocking and rolling all over the place. And as starseeds, as light workers, we feel deeply what is happening in the greater collective. And as you know, the greater collective has been stressed beyond its limits, and it's starting to crack, which is a good thing in the long term. However, for you as sensitive beings, I'm sure it's creating a lot of stress. And so today I'd like to discuss with you some things to keep your energy and frequency high, to help you ride the waves, and to keep you in your optimal positioning to assist the greater shifting. Now, as you know, we've been bombarded by the sun frequencies, and we're being supported by the planetary and universal energies that are coming in. We, as an entire solar system, have moved into a region of space that is also creating these massive shifts. Mercury just came out of retrograde, so we're now in the retrograde shadow on the other side as we are moving through. So as a group, a starseed collective, we are the most powerful and the most supportive to the greater whole when we can keep ourselves in a frequency of calm neutrality, divine neutrality. That means that we need to not bounce off the rails and go into high and low depths. It's this sort of neutral, stable, calm. And I know I've talked about this a lot, about staying in this stable positioning. But there's a reason for that, and the reason I keep talking about it. When we hold the frequencies of divine neutrality, when we stay calm and stable, we are emitting codes and frequencies out into the greater whole. We're all connected. We are all one. And as we continue to hold that divine neutrality and the vision of where we're going, and this isn't going to happen overnight. What we're going through is going to take some time. And I hate to be the bearer of potentially bad news, but we're going to be going through this for a few years yet. Not in the extreme that we're watching now. This will come to an end. This is the absolute destruction of the old. We are watching our world crumble and fall. Everything that we know or think we know is changing and will change in 5 years. And I know this to be true because I've seen it and I've been there. In five short years, we are going to see a completely new world. We are going to discover that everything we thought to be real and true and solid and known is going to either be a lie, a mistruth or a fabrication. It's as if everything is falling out beneath our feet, and we have to learn to fly. And here's the thing, starseeds, you know how to fly. You know how to fly. You can hold this. You can make it through this. You can do this. And it just requires that you surrender to divine neutrality. Unplug from the matrix as much as possible. Don't watch TV. There's nothing on there of any benefit. Not for the future. Keep holding to that vision that you know to be true. That the light wins and the light is where we're going. The crystal cities are already here. Everything is here once we shift and dismantle our own delusionary fabrications. Now, we've all had that happen. It's the how do I explain this? And you may already know, but we have been brainwashed from the time we were born to believe a certain thing. And the mind is what creates reality, and the mind has built it. The minute we shatter the illusion, like shattering the glass, it all falls away, and what was truly beyond our vision will show up because it already is here. It's not in some distant future. The crystal cities are here. The Devic kingdom, the angelics, everything that we've heard about as fairy tale is real, and it's already here. It is just simply beyond our current mental state's ability to see. I know these are challenging times, and I encourage you to start to learn some skills. There are so many videos on YouTube on how to do anything that you want to do. And what I encourage you to do is tap into the crystalline world. And I have all these crystal essences that I create with love and Reiki and joy and solfeggio frequencies to support the journey. You can go on my website. The link is below. But I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to teach you, to guide you, to share the journey. When you learn and utilize the tools, now, crystals are tools. Yes, they have frequencies, and I have personally recognized their sentience, just like plants and animals. Remember, everything is frequency, and we can learn from all of it. So as we gather tools and let them teach us, go out in nature and sit with the trees who have a tremendous amount of knowledge and information. I go out every day and put my feet on Mother Earth, and I feel her calling. And I feel the strength and stability in every cell in my body. And that's another thing. Our bodies are intelligent. Our cells, and I've told you this before, our cells, our bodies are a community. We're not a singular being. Each cell that makes us up vibrates and has frequency and has intelligence. You can listen to your bodies and let your body tell you what it needs. Now, many of us have been so beaten down physically, and many of us come to our spiritual healing journey through our own degeneration of our physical forms. That's what I started this journey way back from the time I was born. I knew there was something more, but as we grow through the current system that has existed, we all get squashed in some way. Our brightness, our light, our knowing, we're told we don't know anything, and then we believe those that are in positions of authority. We need to learn to stop handing our power over to anyone or anything else outside of our inner guidance. Our inner connection to our source, our entirety, is the only thing that we know absolutely is true and correct. It's the one thing that we can always go to get our knowledge and information. And if we're going out in nature and we're communing with the trees, we always do it from the position of our source connection and their source connection. You can look at flowers and hear them talking. Well, at least I do. You can play with the bees and the butterflies and hear their thoughts. At least I do. I hear through my clairaudience so much more. I see words in my head and I hear. I can see as well with my inner eye, but the clairaudience was the thing that came to me first. And it is, I think, my strongest intuitive sensing. So keep your frequency high. Nourish and support your body. Now, one thing that I would like to suggest to all of you, if you are in an area where you are around pine trees, go find pine and start making tea. Especially those of us in the northern hemisphere who are now experiencing frosty nights and cold days. Bring pine into your world, and you can do this as tea. It is so good for your physical body, for your immune system. It builds and supports and nourishes. Our plant allies throughout the world have so much to teach us and so many benefits to support our body. And as we give thanks and gratitude to them, they nourish and support us. So pine needle tea, fantastic. It also vibrates at a very high frequency. So I encourage you to connect with pine, ask permission to take and harvest pine needles. The other thing that you can do is make pine needle vinegar, and vinegar is super easy to make. You gather any plant material that you know is not harmful, and you put it in a jar, wash it first, chop it, put it in a jar, doesn't have to be small chopping, add Now, here's something I did just because it made me laugh, and anything that brings you joy and laughter is a good thing. I made apple pine vinegar. And the reason it made me laugh is because it's pine apple. I just think that's so funny. It just tickles me. Just tickles me to pieces. So put your pine needles, quart jar, half-gallon jar, mason jar. Fill it up about halfway with pine needles. And then put in your apples. Put in a quarter to a half of a cup of raw cane sugar. Yes, I know it needs to be sugar, but what we're trying to do is create a ferment, a lacto ferment, to be exact. Put a coffee filter over the top with a rubber band, and every day shake that, and it'll start to bubble. And after about 2-3 weeks, taste it and see what you think about it. What it does is it extracts the minerals and beneficial polyphenols and the pinols out of the needles and the apples and creates a refreshing vinegar. So put that in with, a couple tablespoons in a glass of water and drink that every day. And here's the thing. One of the reasons why it's so beneficial is if you are around people that have, had the thing, or if you have the pinols and the polyphenols in pine, particularly white pine, but any pine will do, actually help your body flush out the toxins and support your immune system. But as always, I encourage you to communicate with your body to make sure this is something that your body wants. Being mindful and being present. We're all being pulled from every direction and distracted. But as starseeds, as light workers in these times, the more you can keep yourself in a state of absolute joy and bliss, tickled beyond delight, the more you send out those frequencies to the greater whole, and the greater whole benefits, because you are powerful beyond measure. You are a radiant being of divine light, here in form by your choice. And a consciousness in a physical body is the most powerful being in the universe. As starseeds, we are here to guide, to support, and to share the love that we are with the entirety. We are here at this time to support everyone's ascension. These are powerful times, and they will continue to push every button. But don't let those buttons be pushed for long. We're all going to have moments. But the quicker, the faster we can get ourselves back into our center, doing things that we love, spending time with nature, a loved pet, whatever it is for you, spending time with your children, baking, playing, creating. Art, brings up that creative energy within us, activates our second chakra, our sacral, that creative center, connected with our solar plexus, our center of power. What a powerful combination to thrust out into the world that joy that you are. So I just wanted to come to you and share these thoughts. Until next time, my name is Lorrayne. Stay in joy. Be in love. Blessings.